One of my favorite props to use in yin yoga is a bolster. So a bolster is one of these long sausage shaped cushions. You can get them like this one, stuffed with buckwheat. These buckwheat ones are quite heavy, kind of like a weighty beanbag. And because of their beanbag like texture and shape, when you press, lean or sit on them, a little groove appears. So they kind of adapt and mold to your body as you put weight on the bolster. So I really like these. I like that they're heavy. I like that they're malleable and move with the shape of the body. And they're great for yin as well if you want something with a bit of weight, maybe to rest onto your body. And it's nice and sturdy, so it's very supportive. You can also get a bolster that's stuffed with wool. These are packed really tight, so they're still really firm. They're not as heavy as the buckwheat type, and they tend to be firmer. They don't adapt and change shape and texture with the weight of your body in the same way that the buckwheat ones do. So if you want that kind of heavier sandbag-like one, the buckwheat ones are great. Or if you want the slightly lighter but firm ones, the wool stuff bolsters are brilliant. Generally, the buckwheat ones tend to be a little pricier, but you can have a look online. There's lots of different bolsters that you can find online. They are quite pricey as yoga props go. So I would say unless you're, really regularly practicing and you love doing your yin and your restorative yoga, it's not something that's essential for your practice at home. But it can be a really lovely addition if you are practicing particularly yin and restorative yoga. If you'd like to have a yoga bolster for your practice, but you don't want to buy one, there are ways that you can improvise with things that you have around the house. So first, take 2 pillows and 1 pillowcase. Now, a pillow on its own isn't enough support to be a substitute for a bolster. You want something that's nice and firm. So take a second pillow and put the second pillow in to the case as well. Once you've got 2 pillows in the case, you can see that it's much firmer now, so a much better support if you're making a bolster, as you can see. Another option for making a bolster at home is to take a spare yoga mat if you have one, and a blanket. So roll up the yoga mat and then fold the blanket so that it's about the same width as your yoga mat. And then simply roll the yoga mat up in the blanket. And if you want to make this thicker, you can always roll it in a second blanket. And then you'll see that you get this nice solid support. Again, nice and firm. So there you have it, a couple of options for making your homemade bolster, either 2 pillows stuffed in one case, a yoga mat rolled in a blanket, or maybe invest in a bolster of your own. I hope this was helpful. Any questions, just get in touch.